Hello, everybody. Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever y'all are, because we have viewers from all around. It is April 24th, at least where I am. Welcome to another edition of The Shattering. I'm Chris Lotus, joined along with...
Syrin, Richxson.
And PancakeSauce.
Y'all had that arranged, didn't
A little bit.
I just waited my turn. I just opened it up on my second monitor. I'm never gonna get used to that.
It takes a while, though. How y'all doing?
Doing good. Bit of a weird thing to say, but I had this dream, right? And
yeah.
We're starting off on a good note.
yeah, somehow Chris was in it. I don't know what he looks like,
Oh my god.
but apparently he had Chris's voice, and I'm pretty sure the way he was in the dream does not match Chris at all. But it was like this pale dude, thin pale dude. And he also smoked, so I was like,
Nope. Straight edge.
Yeah.
Straight edge. Never smoked or drank a thing in my life.
yeah, I was like very confused. I mean, although he seemed to be doing well, he was living in like 2-story house. So I don't know.
If I lived in a 2-story house, I'd have multiple offices or something.
But
What else happened?
not much other than that. I just thought it was
When
weird
does
because
the juicy part come in?
the juicy part. Oh, when apparently the part where my roommate built a bike, electric bike out of a piece of wood and 2 wheels, and I don't know how I managed to balance on it. But then I somehow rode to school on it. I don't know how. So that's something. Anyways, welcome to the Shattering.
He wanted to get off that fast.
That is our opening to the Shattering. Welcome.
I thought
Welcome.
maybe he just didn't like envision when he mentioned me in a dream. I thought maybe it was somebody like who was maybe in a mask like similar to my avatar or something. It was a guy you knew like it was human, but he had like a furry's like mask on or something. That's what I thought.
Oh no, you're just some pale, skinny smoker, apparently.
I wouldn't say.
Which I don't know why. I don't know how you managed to get into my dream. I think it's because I wrote down the thing, the Wow, I'm really struggling today. The bullet point
I don't know like how like I'm.
right before I went to bed.
I'm not.
So
I don't think I would pass the criteria for like skinny or whatever. Not really like chunky either. It's kind of in between.
yeah, same here.
Be like a
A little
ghostly
overweight, but I'm definitely not.
man. Made me into a
Like
ghostly
dude.
guy. Big ghostly. looking
Ghostly pale guy, got the sweats. Looks like he's about to go like take his laundry out. Guy out here smoking like 2 a day. I don't know how.
Never smoked a.
2 boxes?
You said what?
What?
2 boxes or just two cigarettes?
Oh, just 2 cigarettes. If it was 2 boxes, I'm pretty sure he would be like a gray color.
That dog doesn't
Just
even
from-
approve of this mess.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
All right, there. Let me not antagonize him anymore because Syrin clearly wanted to get off of that. So I know I'm jumping a little bit ahead here, but as you know, at the end of every Shattering, or at least since we started doing this, you would usually ask
Yeah.
who would be the next reveal character, and I hope everybody feels good because all of us are wrong.
Wow. Really?
Yep, no reveal this week for KOF 15, that is. But we did get
Yeah,
a
we got a
sam-
reveal for Samurai Showdown instead.
and I will get to that later because I think Syrin is itching to get to that.
Am I? I guess I am.
We can all hear the scratching.
Oh yeah, right. The meat.
I don't. I don't know. I mean, hey, maybe I can't talk about Syrin anymore after you just create a character of me in his dream or whatnot. But I was about to say, I don't know whether or not this is true, but I don't think Hibiki is like, I wouldn't envision just based off of an inference if that's a Siren waifu. I suppose I don't think so. It's not to say the character looks bad.
What?
No, when we were talking about the fact that you're like itching to get to, is almost like making it seem like you was freaking crazy over like freaking the whole Shermie thing with me. But I wouldn't envision that's not a character that's like, oh, like waifu, whatever. It's like, I don't think so. Even though they did make her
Definitely
look,
not.
they made her look a little mature in this game. But I mean, hey, you don't want Sam Show didn't want them freaking slicing and dicing youngins. Even though Nakaruru,
I
I
mean,
think it's 5,000
there's
years old.
well, there's Cham Cham. I don't know.
Man, they don't look at Chom Chom and Tom Tom as like freaking. This little cat girl is like freaking them Tom Tom them. I feel so weird saying his name though because there's a one guy that like hosts videos on what culture, and like usually when he sees like something, like he usually does pro wrestling reviews. When he likes something that he sees, he's like, it feels so good in my tum tum. It's like I keep thinking like the Sam Show character, but I was like, no, he means stomach, like tummy or whatever. But every time I say tom tom, I keep thinking it's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, what?
By the way, just to cut in,
Mhm.
congrats on 500, Chris.
Thank you, and matter of fact, for those of you that are watching here, thank you all for that. I ain't even really expected, but I couldn't thank y'all enough. And just so you know, let me go ahead and get this announcement out the way. A while ago, in one of my videos, I asked you all to vote on who you want me to do a fascinating facts video on, far as KOF, the KOF edition. Y'all voted Terry. I can promise you straight up that the Terry video will drop tomorrow. So I would say that I would say that's my thing, like my gift to y'all. But at the same time, you'll see at the end. For those of you who don't know, I'm not gonna tell you who's gonna replace Terry since I did his video. But you get to vote on the next one. You gotta watch the video to see who is gonna replace Terry since we completed his. But I appreciate that. I appreciate all y'all for liking the content. And also, shout outs to Syrin, because I'm pretty sure some people came from Syrin Richxson TV over to where I came from. Crossover appeal. so, yeah, Jose in the chat, yeah, so, what is it? How many subs do you need to, like, have to get the community tab?
Yeah.
I think it's 1,000.
Okay, so halfway there. But just so you know, Jose, I clearly do not have 1,000, so I don't have access to the community tab. But
Yeah.
I have it on a pin. It's a
I think
pin.
you also need 1,000 to get monetized as well.
Yeah, but that mess. Listening to other content creators, in most cases, the mess sounds frustrating. Which I give.
I mean, I doubt any of us would.
I
I doubt any of us could make it full time, but like.
I give Sam Show credit for like excluding like the blood or whatever. Then I'm like, they did that for content creators. Even though some of like the SSMs in that game look weird when they're like censored, so to speak. Especially Shizumaru Hisame. I got it wrong.
Yeah.
I thought I had it wrong. Hisame, because like his is basically that he dashes at you that one big long cut, like when he goes demon form, and then he's peaceful again, but he gets his umbrella and it's raining blood on him then. But like the censored version, like it looks weird because something like still drips like from the sky. It looks like rain, but it's like, where did the rain come from? Did he slash his opponent so freaking like so freaking fast and hard that the sweat on their skin rained on them? Like
Yeah, I guess so.
you have to, like, if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It looks weird. It looks weird.
It's just he got like he hit him so hard with the sword that like they cried a little and then it all went
Oh
in the
my
sky.
god, they cried a storm on him. What's up, Pancake?
I was just talking about the tears. I don't know. He was just very sad. There lots of sweat in the heat of battle.
Oh god, but yeah, Jose, basically for the voting, I placed a pinned comment on one of my videos. That way, I didn't have to hunt through all the comments to try to see who voted for what. But I made sure that you could see it this time because not only do I narrate it, but I put a graphic up at the end so it's clear as day. So there you go. Because I don't have access to community tabs because we are not the elite yet.
We haven't
Oh,
made it there. In
we're
terms
gonna-
of my numbers,
we're
a
gonna-
funny number.
By the way, in the chat, Parker, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. I'm going to be a bit of a downer on here when we talk about Hibiki, but I'm going to get to that. Believe me. I'm going to surprise Syrin and freaking Pancake with what you just put in the chat. Unless they can see it. They're probably in the chat too. But anyways.
I won't look if it's that important.
In a way, yeah, it is. But, what were we... Did you want to talk about Hibiki since I sat there and accused freaking... sat there and accused Syrin of... Go ahead, Syrin. I just hate the fact I did that. He was ogling over Hibiki. Oh my god! Last played waifu is in Sam Show. Oh my god! Syrin's like, I've never thought that in my life. Never crossed my mind.
He said.
Nope, you didn't miss anything, Kurobon. We just got started. Unless you wanted to hear about Syrin dreaming me, like having a dream about me being a freaking skinny, ghostly, smoking guy. Which none of those three things apply to me. So, all right, I'll get to y'all later. But did you want to say anything about Hibiki Takane? Because I know one thing, Syrin kind of showed some enthusiasm when talking about Last Blade.
I think. Okay, Last Blade's a fun game, and I don't main Hibiki, but she's kind of fun.
Who do you main in there?
I really forgot it.
Kaede?
I don't know their names. He's like this taller, older guy, and he has like, I think he has black hair.
Setsuna?
I think so. I don't know their names very well. I know Hibiki, and that's kind of it, because she's super popular.
Yeah. Yeah, Jose in the chat says Hibiki being in Sam Show will probably be the closest thing we get to Last Blade 3. I'm gonna get to that later too. I'm sorry, I'm just collecting y'all's bullet points and not replying to it, but you know we're gonna get to that then. We didn't get something this week, and I'm pretty sure all y'all know what I'm talking about, but continue, Syrin.
Hold on, I'm gonna find his name, because
While he's researching it,
okay, I found him.
Never mind.
Kichiro Washi's
Oh.
Azuko.
Oh.
That guy. Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
I know all about that guy. Ask me anything. I can tell you anything you know about Syrin. What was his name again? That guy. All right. Look, my knowledge on that guy, it's I'm the all-knowing about what was
Kichiro, I guess.
yeah, him.
He looks like this. Okay, yeah, that guy.
Oh god. But did you have anything like else to say? Like, I know it's a small trailer, so it might not be that much to break down, but anything else I don't want to keep cutting into?
Yeah, no, Hibiki looks surprisingly good in 3D.
Cool.
She fits the game, and she has some pretty interesting moves. She's quite quick. I noticed that, like, the way that she attacks is more like the speed variant, more than the power variant in Last Blade.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting.
Any thoughts, Pancake?
I watched it with him, so I kind of have the same views.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I kind of kicked myself for not guessing Hibiki to be the Last Blade character that was coming to the game. Like, I zeroed straight in on the freaking Ryu of the game, which most people would think is Kaede. I mean, I wouldn't have minded him because unlike most Ryus, if you want to call them that, I actually think Kaede is cool. You know, like I said, it's not to say Ryu is like a bad character or anything or boring or anything like that. I mean, He might seem like it because he's like the basic character like that the beginner can pick up, but the character's iconic. But I just think that there are other Shoto clones that are cooler than him, basically. And I thought Kaede was actually okay for being the Ryu of Last Blade, if you want to consider him that. But I kind of kicked
Kind of
myself.
reminds me of.
Hmm?
Oh god, I forget his name as well. How do I forget his name? He is a. Oh, it's Kai. It reminds me of Kai, kind of from Guilty Gear.
Oh yeah. Or some people might also say Soul Bad Guy, but then again, some people might think Soul Bad Guy's more like a Ken because of all the fire and his freaking exaggerated uppercuts and stuff like that.
I tried to play him. I don't know what I'm doing with him.
To my Kai?
No, not Kai.
Soul Bad Guy?
So I don't know what to do. I know how to play like 2 characters in Guilty Gear.
Who are they?
None of them
Is
are
it
in Strive.
Kai and who? Oh, ooh, never mind. I was trying to guess. I was trying to guess who he was talking about. He eliminated just ching! Like, nope, not a Strive. So, Bridget? Did you play Bridget?
No, there's 2.
Johnny?
No, not Johnny. It's one's a girl and one's, I guess, technically also a girl, but there's also a kind of a guy.
I thought that was Bridget. No. Because the way like he described the second character, I'm thinking like that's Bridget, isn't it? That whole meme or whatever that mess was.
No, that's not.
Just tell me. I'm gonna freaking burn out, freaking trying to guess so much.
Kum Hagar and Jam Crodberry.
Oh, Jam, isn't it? Ah, dang, I forgot. Jam's not in Strive now.
She would fit in Strive, I feel like.
Yeah. I just kind of find it funny because they know that, I mean, this is, even though Guilty Gear is like in a crazy league all by itself, a lot of things still carry over. People like their staple, long time, returning characters. And I know Jam is like one favorite, because I like Jam as well. Jam Kudaberry, not Jam on the toast. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jam on the toast is nice. And that's not
right.
and that's not sexual freaking perverts in my freaking chat. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding with y'all. Let me not insult y'all.
How do you sexualize Jam on a sandwich?
Jam on a sandwich, which is funny because she is a restaurateur. But yeah.
What does the world come to if you have to say not in a sexual way? I like jam on a sandwich.
Well, unfortunately, when you have friends that think of everything innocent as such, it's like, come on, man. That's why, but I mess around with that then because that's what they love to do. I'm like, nope, I know what you're thinking. Like, I always have to, I'll say something like that, and it's like, I always, the preface of it's like, no, I already know what you're going. That's not what I meant. It's like, I already know what you're thinking there. But back on Jam, the thing that I find strange is the fact that, are they going to make, like, in this case, is she going to be a DLC character 2 times in a row? Because she was DLC in freaking the previous Exard. Like, really?
That would suck.
Again? Which I really hope is not going to happen with SNK then, because as y'all listen in the back to Blueberry Blues playing, if you're watching my broadcast, I have a very, very bad gut feeling that SNK is going to pull that with, like, either her or Rock. Rock, I think, is understandable because of the whole
I feel like they would do it with Rock.
Because of the whole story contradiction with freaking Geese and all of that mess. Which, by the way, somebody, I think it might have been Jose, asked me, was I going to watch Death Battle with Heihachi and Geese there. Before I go there, did either one of you see it?
I saw it.
Okay, so yeah, we all, even though I kind of had a feeling though, Geese jobbed out to freaking Heihachi, which I figured it was gonna happen. It wasn't a bad match.
Yeah, I had a feeling too. Yeah,
but ironically, it wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a bad one, so I can give them that. It wasn't. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm looking at it from a casual's perspective. It could go either
Very
way if you don't know that much about either one of them. It's not lopsided like Shadow versus Vegeta. Oh god.
Yeah.
But that whole Rock contradiction is gonna pretty much bound him to be in DLC for every other KOF game afterward until it's like, well, you know, we're now on KOF 20. I think Rock is old enough to finally be in the storyline without the geese contradiction. Plus, we can always put Rock in there because people love Rock. People love Rock. They'll spend money for Rock, no matter how many times we throw him into DLC. We please don't prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, SMK. But it's just funny when companies do that. It's like, y'all know your player base loves these characters. You know they love these characters. Why are you making them DLC 2 times in a row? Nobody likes to feel like you're purposely draining their wallet, is what I'm saying, I guess. Because now it gets to a point where, like, 2 times in a row, especially seeing how a little bit hip people are to, like, the way, you know, these companies do stuff, seems almost like you're just draining the wallet just to be like, well, I mean, hey, they don't like the new characters to put out, put some Rock in there. They'll pay it. Rock will cover all the costs. Because everybody will download Rock. Hey, Super Duper.
Rock's where it's at, but
I was hoping I didn't get... I hope I back to Hibiki. I remember where we stopped. But, like, hope I didn't get too much heat from my audience there because I didn't react to the trailer, but... Before I rant a little bit there, I just want to give Pancake and Syrin a chance to say anything else because I don't want to take up too much time. If they have anything else to add, I don't want to rant for a whole 10 minutes, bore y'all to death.
I don't have too much to add. I'll actually be right back in 2 seconds.
All right, 1, 2.
I feel like there's a slight chance.
Transmission.
I feel like there's a slight chance Rock could be in it. I just say that because. In this, at least to me, Terry looks a little bit older. Like, he looks like he could be in his, like, mid-30s here.
Could be. Like I said, a lot of people wanted, you know, the Terry on this Fatal Fury team in 15 to be Wild Wolf Terry, and I'm like, if they would have done that, and they would have still done, and I understand... It was the breakout. It was the debut. It's the most legendary trio, even though people pick on Andy for not being as popular as his brother. But Terry, Andy, and Joe, that's the freaking OG trio. Come on, man. But if they would have went with Wild Wolf Terry and then just still would have done Joe and freaking Andy as his partners, it would have been a wasted opportunity to bring in Rock. Because at least when you see Wild Wolf Terry, he's older. So... why not incorporate that and bring in Rock? But thankfully they didn't do that, so I can't really be too mad. I mean, if they want to make it like a downloadable content skin or like something that you earn from the game or whatnot, that's cool. But just as long as, like, I just hope that they didn't miss the opportunity. Because, like, if you present Terry as being older, Rock is an easy fit. Easy fit, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I'm back, by the way. Sorry, I had to pee so bad.
It's cool. But
who's a character? This is a question I've got for you.
Okay.
Sorry, go on. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who?
I'll take your question. I'll take your question first before I go on the rant. Unless, like.
Oh.
All right, let me get this out of the way. I'm sorry. Cause I think like your question is gonna be something fun, and I want us to end on a more fun note. That's what I'm saying. Cause we here at the Shattering there, we talk about stuff. We sometimes debate and have different, like all of us do think different stuff. Then, but at the end of the day, we all want to have fun on here. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I'm gonna make this my last time talking about this, as far as like my channel though. So if y'all were disappointed with the fact, I'm just talking to everybody in general, that I did not, you know, do a reaction to Hibiki's trailer. Like, look, I love Sam Show to death. I loved like every moment of me playing when the game first broke out. I went to compete like a handful of times because the Sam Show scene built up locally, which I didn't expect because it is a niche game. Like, like anybody who like, I'm not that person that complains about like a player base having like a small one, you know. Sometimes that's just how stuff goes, and people will gravitate towards certain things more than others. You know what I'm saying?
I actually do really enjoy small player bases. It feels a lot more tightly knit.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's nice because you start to like know the people in that community, and I don't know. I enjoy that. I just play a lot of smaller games like you do.
Yeah, you do feel like a lot
The
closer.
only
You feel like
problem-
you feel kind of like your neighbors almost.
The only problem with that with fighting games is if there's like a smaller community, there's less people to fight, and always less people online.
Yeah, and
I
but like I said, that's not really the heart of the matter. I'm bringing all that up so I don't like. I'm a person. There's a pet peeve of mine. I really don't like disclaimers, like like people like I don't mean to be offensive, but usually followed up by something that's blatantly offensive. That's a pet peeve of mine. But I have to do it for people because they love to clip stuff out of freaking context. I want to make it clear as freaking those window washers you see on these buildings in these big cities.
Something really clear. Something really
Clear. I love Sam
imagine,
Show.
like-
I love Sam Show. I want to play it again, but I cannot bring myself to even be slightly even excited about both of these guest characters because the online is still terrible. It's like, and because here's the thing, certain people, like I know from my audience that watch my stuff will send me stuff here and there because there'll be key people that will like make comments on videos of mine criticizing something I say or whatnot. And I'm not gonna call this person out. No, you get no free clout here, none. But I actually watched. Exactly. But I watched I've watched other people talk about KOF, whether it be Chief, shout outs to Chief Red Star, whether it's Rizzy, shout outs to him, everybody that reacts to like KOF stuff, then seeing that SNK, despite the fact it's still around, we're still kind of sort of underground compared to like the Capcoms and the Arxes of the world. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've seen so much absurdity when it comes to people because every time we talk about the online and Sam Show being terrible, they're like, why are you guys complaining about a whole bunch of nothing? It's like, we're talking about functionality. We're not talking about how jiggly I'm trying to interject some freaking comedy in here.
Oh my!
I'm trying to. But we're not complaining about that. We're not complaining about how many waifus. We're not complaining about little aesthetics thing. When we talk about better netcode, whether it be rollback or improved, we're talking about the functionality of the game. How well does it function? Because I saw like, because there were a couple of people in like the Hibiki Takane video comments that were talking about, oh, I want to freaking play this so bad, but the online is terrible. I legit saw one person talk about just go into practice and play that right there. Like, you don't value the game that much if all you want to do is play online. And it's like, to give another critique to Sam Show, because a lot of people, ironically, who try to defend SNK from people who love it but will critique it like me, they diss Arxes all the time. But it's like, if there's anything Arxes has over like most SNK games, then it's single player content. The last fighting game that I've regretted purchasing is Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, because it's the same thing. The online is still terrible. But Grand Blue has a treasure trove of single player content. So that excuse, like, talking about something like, hey, just go to practice mode and arcade mode in Sam Show. How can you just enjoy the game when you're just playing online? It's like, that would ironically, since it's not everybody, but most people that love to just bootlick and just shove the boot all the way down the gullet of SNK. And like I said, I love SNK too, but I'm going to tell them when I think they've done a bad job. Shunei trailer, netcode, all of it. Because I want them to do well.
Yeah, that's the only way that you're going to see improvement.
I want them to do well. This is not to be negative. This is not to be all this other crap, then like you need toxic or whatever, like critiquing something that is like not having to do with freaking the things I mentioned. I don't want to recycle the joke, even though I think Jose loved it, but we're not talking about waifus, we're not talking about jiggle physics, we're not talking about fan servers, we're not talking about how many characters on a roster, we're talking about functionality. We want it to do good. And they're not going to improve unless people stand up and say, hey, that's the reason why the trailers from Meiton-kun to Shermie have been great, because SNK saw the backlash with the Shunei trailer, and so they took that and they made it into something positive, and the trailers have been knocked out the park since. All of them have been good to great. Like, that's the only way it's going to improve. So people like me and Chief and Max that critique certain things, we're not just doing it to be negative and toxic. We want these games to do well. Toxicity is telling somebody that they've done a great job when they've done, objectively, far as based on like the statistics and what people are saying, a bad job. Like, yeah, the like-dislike ratio isn't terrible on Shunei's freaking video, the trailer, but I want you to look at, like, next time when you get a chance, look at the dislikes, just the dislikes. I know it sounds like I'm being negative, but I want you to look at that for a reason. Look at the dislikes on Shunei's trailer and look at each and every single other trailer that came up after that one. Shunei's trailer I last saw was a 4-figure dislike. Everybody else, it was like, 900 people didn't like Terry's trailer. Smash fans, probably. No, they didn't. No, I'm sorry.
Alright.
Oh, no.
I feel like that, huh?
No, clearly you're not one of them. That was awful. I apologize. That was awful. I like to think but I appreciate anybody that came from Smash and like saw Terry Bogard and was like, hey, what's this right here? Because I think Syrin mentioned that. And then like he kind of like, well, were you Smash first and then got an SNK, or was it kind of like a mixture, so to speak? I want to get that straight.
Okay, so originally the fighting game I wanted to get. Okay, if we're going into what got me into fighting games, it's a little bit of a weird, slightly long story, but it's not too long.
I just wanted to ask, were you Smash first? Like, did you play Smash and then saw Terry and wanted to get an SNK, or was it something else? That's all. Making
it's a mix of Smash, and it was the fact that I had kind of had some slight interest in fighting games before.
Mm-hmm.
I really had gotten into fighting games when, I don't know if you guys have it over in the East, at least, but there's this place that I don't know if it's still open. I think it went out of business, called Rise Electronics.
Rise Electronics. Mm-hmm.
And they had Street Fighter V on like a PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you could play it as a demo, and there was 4 characters you could play. You could play Ryu, you could play Nash, you could play... Oh wait, no, there might have been 6, actually. You could play Ryu, Nash, Nakali, Syrin, and Chun, I think. Maybe it was just 5, because Street Fighter V. You could play those 5 characters, and the character that got me most interested was Nash.
So you just kind of been in like fighting it. I'm trying to make amends for like that little dumb joke right there. Plus, as a matter of fact, while I poke fun at the Smash players with that, the people that probably would dislike Terry's freaking trailer are probably some of the flock it's some of the flock that somebody in the chat mentioned them, but probably some of the flock that gives Chief Red Star a hard time. Like, obviously, we here don't like. I mean, this is obvious because the people here. We don't agree on every little thing with everyone else then, but if, like, going by what Chief mentioned, like, the toxic SNK people he got in touch with, like, if that's anything, then it's like, I can kind of sympathize with that to a degree. But what I really mean to say with that rant is, please, SNK, can you please fix Sam Show Online, please, man. Please. That's all I can. mean? Like, it's just so frustrating. Like, because someone mentioned in the chat, Jose, by the way, which was the other thing I wanted to get to, was the fact that I was freaking hyped when they talked about, hey, we're gonna get a Guilty Gear character in Sam show. More than likely gonna be Biken, probably, which I'd be down for that. I love Biken. I love that character. But it just is not, the hype is being watered down because Sam Show's online is still terrible. It's like people, because I know people have been begging for like a better netcode, whether it's Chief, whether it's me, whether it's Max. Shoutouts to Painbot and Big Bates, who are two of the best Sam Show players in Georgia, down here in the state of Georgia. In the country, matter of fact. Those guys are awesome, though. But big ups to them because they really, like, learning Sam Show from them was like, it was an awesome experience, man. It was awesome playing these matches, playing these players that, like, play at super high levels and all this other stuff. Like, I love that stuff. I love that. But it's like, you know, when it got to the point, I don't think it was when the pandemic started, but I think it was kind of trying to get people more involved, you know, just in case you couldn't, maybe because they're all from Atlanta, or like the Atlanta area, and they would drive down here. Sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you can't travel. So Painbot started, I think both of them, Painbot and Big Bait, started a series of, I guess they were regional online tournaments for Sam Show, and they went good, and they went well. Because Painbot went and got me in there when I was complaining about, like, I went on Twitter and, like, when I was on there and had a tirade about how bad the freaking netcode was. And he was like, hey, come over here, because it was called Casa de Sam Show. That's what he called it. And, I'm guessing it was regional because of, like, connection things and stuff like that. But those tournaments, like, everything, like, far as putting that tournament, because we did a round robin, so I got to play some matches, even though I did awfully in there. Regardless, I take my experience in Casa de Sam Show and put it next to me playing just matches online. I had the freaking tournament was better. But unfortunately, SNK didn't listen. They were like, oh, because you have most of the crowd, or at least a section of the crowd. I mean, it's funny, you're talking about a section of a fan base, like a player base that's not comparatively big compared to others. So I'm pretty sure it's a lot. But it's like, increase the online, like, not increase, but improve the online. And SNK is just like, hey, here's a character, here's another character. Oh, remember that poll we had the other day? Hey, we'll add this character. It's like, I am all for adding new characters into this game. I like the fact that, I even like the way they marketed the very first season pass, where it's like, I'm pretty sure, let me know if either one of y'all recall this. There was a time where with the first battle pass, or like the season pass in Sam Show, you could totally not own the game at all yet. You could have like not even pre-ordered it, bought it or whatnot, en route to it. You could still download, like, because the thing was, the season passes were free for a moment, but after that you had to pay. You could still download the season pass even if you didn't have the game. That was good. I like the whole, you know, make it free for a little bit for everybody, and then over time, then you gotta pay. I like that. That's cool. But they did great at first, but it's like, I'm all for all the characters and everything. The roster is nice, but it doesn't mean anything if the game doesn't play well. And there's not a lot of single player content. Most people get their experience in Sam Show from competing, and you can't really compete because, I wonder if one of y'all tallied how many times I've said this, but online is still terrible. Y'all are probably tired of me saying online is still terrible.
A little bit.
Please. See, you see this? I don't know the chances SNK watching this or whatever then, but do you hear that? Do you hear that, SNK?
I mean,
please, I'm begging you, but
I can't speak much for it because, I mean, I don't play a whole lot online, mainly because, yeah, the games I play online kind of sucks, but I'm also not very good at it. I've only really gone online on KOF 13, and that's the game I somehow do the best in terms of online, because if I go 2002 UM, which has good online, I get wiped from existence. I don't stand a chance. Like, oh my god.
I just love how you said that in the freaking Diabolus you freaking you trip up
Good?
on Kyoku Genryu. I trip up on this all the time. I'm just gonna say it slow. Diabolosis. There we go. That just came up the moment you talked about being wiped off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
By the way, sorry I was ranting in there. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, Super Duper, hey, Suichi, and hey, Fabio. Let's see y'all again. Just want to make it, because they came in when I was ranting, and I didn't want to, make them feel like they were left out. And shout out to everybody in Syrin stream as well. Thank you all for joining us. I'm sorry, but I'm passionate about this. I want the games to be good. And this is about the game working right. Like, it doesn't, I mean, SNK clearly has, some type of, experience with rollback, seeing that they put it in 2002 UM. They clearly do. So it's like, come on, man. Come on.
But they gave that to a different company to put the rollback in. I feel like they gotta do that with some of their other games.
Yes. I mean, my whole thing is maybe in businesses are kind of complicated, but I am of the belief where, let's say for instance, if you needed me to help you with something, for instance, you needed my help to fix a car, fix something with your car or whatnot. I have 0%, 0 minutes, hours, days, seconds of working on cars. I have no mechanic experience whatsoever. With that being said, I'm gonna try my best to find you someone or get you to some place where you can get the help that you need. And that's what I mean. If SNK can't do it, then they have to do that right there, because if the games don't function, especially at a time when there's not a lot of mass gatherings, we're not quite out of the woods with the pandemic yet. Things are kind of getting better. Kind of. And I'm saying that because certain, companies, have had events and all that, albeit with restrictions. The WWE had WrestleMania some weeks ago. Even though Japan's been doing that too with their shows. You said, what's up, Pancake?
Wrestle with a mask on? How does that work?
What's up, Pancake? You say how I wrestle with a mask? No, okay, so when I mentioned COVID restrictions, I talk about the crowd mostly. Nobody wrestled in masks or whatnot. As a matter of fact, what they're supposed to do, and that at first they reportedly weren't doing it, but clearly all companies have adopted it then. They test all their performers before they go anywhere in there. They test them then. In Japan, it's hella, in New Japan, it's really sophisticated, because every couple of first of all, they limit the capacity, and everybody in the freaking, with the exception of the performers, to make sure that they're all masked. And on top of that, every couple of matches, maybe I think every 2 matches, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, they will sanitize the ring. So so basically they'll go to the commentators to talk about stuff and all that. But I'm just that's how they do it. So some say certain companies are starting to have events like that. They're just, bringing, the crowd size down. They're limiting the crowd. But still, we're at a point where we should not be having mass gatherings. Thus, that's the reason why, unless, you're bold and you don't really, mind or whatnot, or, you're doing restrictions, because I think they still have tournaments around to the barcade that I go to, but the barcade has restrictions on how many people can be in there at a time. So, but we're not quite, the point is, we're not out the woods yet. So, why not better, number one, something that, it's about, like I said, it's about functionality. We're not talking about all this other stuff. We want the games to work well. We want to enjoy them. Nobody, show me somebody, anybody, by the way, let's have some fun right quick.
Okay.
Whether it be in Syrin's chat, Pancake's chat if he's got one open, or in my chat right now. And don't you troll them, because if you troll, I'm going to shut everything down. You tell me if you you tell me if you enjoy laggy games in any circle. Tell me.
The people that do, I question your sanity.
Yeah, same here.
No, if you look at the Welcome to Syrin Richxson for 2019, Syrin's first episode, first ever video, the quality of all the games that isn't on his Wii is so. It's like it's every other frame. There's no way that you can really enjoy playing a game that way.
It's really funny because, okay, so before I got my gaming PC back in like 2020, I was on a MacBook.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine trying to do anything gaming related on a MacBook. Like an old MacBook, 10-year-old MacBook.
Right. It's like playing on, if you've ever, like one of those phones, right? But they're made out of, like, plastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but a Mac.
It's like trying to play anything on a PDA.
Like, I don't, like, it's crazy. It's insane, man. Like, but here's the hoping now. At least with SNK, they talked about, you know, even though it was kind of a little gutting the way it was worded, because I know Chief was on this like freaking everything. Several people I saw. I didn't really mention it that because I think everybody had covered it. But they did mention, like, you know, hey, we're trying to, like, you know, make sure everything with the netcode is good and rollback and all that. But I respect the honesty, but it's still a gut punch. He added at the end, quote, can't promise anything. Or at least something of that. In it, basically, that was the point. Like, I don't know if I'm quoting his direct exact words, but that was what's implied. It's like, I can't promise anything, but we're trying. Here's the hoping, because if Arx is freaking willing to, like, try something new there, then come on, man. Like, it just make it better, because I don't even think Tekken really has rollback netcode, but the Kunimitsu patch, like, a lot of people actually really liked it because they were like, yeah, you know, like, everybody from the pros to the casuals were like, yeah, like, it's finally good. I'm like, huh. But that's all. That's all, really. Now, that's all. All right, enough of that. If any of y'all that are here, then because I don't think hearing me rant all that freaking exciting, really. Watching me flip over, by the way, looking at her right now, red-haired, freaking ginger grapplers is probably more fun. My friends made fun of me for weeks after I did my Shermie reaction.
He was a very happy man from that day.
Alright, this is still a little like something meh, but it's also kind of fun as well. But I'm gonna ask y'all first. So, before I go, let me try to address some people in the chat or whatnot, 'cause I'm pretty sure they've been waiting. Let me start with the one thing Jose said. Online can be a great experience, but sometimes these annoying other players will always be spammers or button mashers. I mean, I'm gonna
just
quote...
like wall players.
I'm gonna quote one of my best friends, my brother, one of my best friends in the whole world, Johnny Phantom. Shout out to him if he's watching. In his words, and I know why he puts it like this, because he's trying to send a message. Everybody, unless like you got somebody else to get it for you, everybody paid their money for a game. So they're more than entitled to play it the way they want to play it. As long as you're not freaking hacking and glitching and stuff like that. I mean, right. Button mashers and spammers will always be those, but the only thing worse than... only thing more annoying than button mashers and spammers is... they're doing the mess and it seems like you can't do anything because you're lagging all over the place. That's what the next KOF boss is going to be. The next KOF boss is going to make fun of us for wanting like freaking better netcode. It's going to be somebody... it's going to be a lag... the boss has the power of lag. I thought I hit him. No, you didn't. It was over here. A teleport? No. The power of lag. Orochi didn't tell you about that one. You thought I was over here? No, I'm over there. Which is bad because that's
so many ideas.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Let me stop. But yeah, like I can understand it'd be frustrating, but like I said, I just want it. My whole thing is I want it to work well. By the way, hey Shuichi, if I didn't say hello to you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to rant for so long. But Shuichi in the chat. Sadly, when a new game is already out, it's too expensive and hard to improve online. I think they probably would do it, but it would cost more than a leg. That is true. That is true. That is true. Somebody as a matter of fact, in the Hibiki trailer or something like that, it was somebody. It might have been, I don't know. But it was in somebody's comment section. They were talking about, is there going to be like another version of Sam Show to come out that includes like all the DLC characters? You know what I'm talking about? Like they call the complete editions and the collector's editions and stuff like that, where it's all on the disc. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm all for it, and like they want that mess to sell. Well, like I said, do like what NetherRealm Studios did when they did MKXL, and just because MKXL's biggest thing really was to, and that's so weird, that wording, MKXL's biggest thing, like because XL, you get it. But their whole focus was really about improving the online, and they did. If that's what if there's gonna be like a collector's or a complete edition of Sam Show, and they do that, I don't care if I have all the characters or not. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, thank you, Fabio. Thank you for the congrats. For those of you who are just tuning in and didn't get it, I'm gonna announce it again. The Terry video that y'all voted for, 10 fascinating facts about Terry, it will be out tomorrow. And Shuichi also says, but that we can promise looks like it's just that it can't be officially announced like that on Twitter. It needs approval of the top chair in the company to make official announcements, things like that. I can agree. I happen to agree. Shout out to everybody that's still sticking around. So, Syrin and Mr. PancakeSauce. Reportedly, there were some people that were fuming about the fact there was no KOF 15 trailer this week, and apparently they were really upset. How do you respond?
I mean, it's alright. Everybody can wait. I mean, I'm a little disappointed. We have one less thing to talk about, but I mean, what can you do? Maybe that means we'll get 2 next week. I don't know.
Nah, probably not.
Well,
Definitely
they kind of did that, albeit it was tied to like that event because we got a character. We got Joe and Chizuru within the same week. If you're looking at our calendar, I think it varies because of the weekend and all that. So maybe they might. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Do you think? And I think I might have mentioned this in my channel, and I wonder about it. Do you think, since I think they're still gonna have Evo's gonna be online or something like that, or with some restrictions on the crowd or something? Do you think like they're going to switch up the way they do reveals come Evo? Like, do you think instead of one character, it might be a whole team that gets revealed?
That's what I was.
That would be interesting to think
I
about.
feel like, yeah.
I mean, because
Rock
like
Howard seemed on my
because
side, the 14th version.
it's one thing, you know, putting the trailers out there for all of us to see, and like everybody is all hooked to the web and all of that. But Evo is the WrestleMania fighting game. It's the World Series of fighting games, Super Bowl, all of that stuff, Stanley Cup, all of it. You want to bring your best, a little something different, because you've been revealing trailers once a week for a while then. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure you want to switch it up then.
Yeah.
I had the idea of what if, you know, even though this might be kind of a downer because then again, it's not going to be a crowd there, so you won't have to worry about that. But you kind of want to pop the crowd a bit, and like the crowd will really like pop for like, you know, somebody that they didn't expect to come back to make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking like if they were going to reveal an entire team at something like Evo, maybe it would be like a newer character, maybe like, or a team. Matter of fact, not even newer character, but like a team of new characters. If there's gonna be that. Matter of fact, do you think there's gonna be any new characters in KOF 15?
Ooh, that would be wow. I would really hope so. Like just me, like for a want, yes, I would definitely want there to be new characters.
Because I mean, like a lot of people are just hoping it's kind of like what was it, 13, where you had it's mostly classics, and then we got just the one new character, and it was Psyche.
I mean, I feel like the community would be happy with that. I mean, I would be happy with that. But yeah, that's actually really exciting. Thinking about the possibility of new characters.
Yeah.
Jose had something else earlier. Will the next KOF 15 trailer on April 28th on Wednesday will finally show a complete team? What do we think?
I'm
Sure,
stoked.
God.
Because we got two, well, we have, because he listed them also here, the AOF team, the New Faces team, and the Women Fighters team. Far as what we know, looking at everybody that's been confirmed and announced but not grouped yet, one of those three teams should be completed come this next trailer.
Assuming it's going to be the Orochi one, but I could be completely wrong. CYS or whatever.
They got all types. They got a Orochi team, they got CYS, they got the New Faces, they got all types of names.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think this would be the first time they just revealed like back-to-back characters that were on the same team, with the second reveal having the confirmation, right? Because I know they've been trying to switch it up on us, which is good. That's good, but
Yeah.
because it's even funny looking at like the SNK's wiki for KOF 15 or like any wikis that are keeping up then, because like they'll have the confirmed teams there, but then like it'll be a pool of everybody else that's been confirmed, but they haven't been grouped up yet. It's like you look at that cluster and it's like, what is going to happen here? Because
Very
it's
exciting and lots of stuff that can lead into the future.
I'm really curious about, because here's the thing, we got the trio, the biggest, the grandest, the most reoccurring trio when it comes to the women fighters out. The third one showed up in My Shiranui and there was no confirmation. I'm very curious as to, one, how many of them are like how many are going to be on the women fighters team, which two or which like one. And of course, going off of that, is it gonna be like, are all three of them just leading their own teams now? Because I mean, it's not like the three of them are like newbies in the storyline. All of them are kind of veterans. And though I love Yuri Sakazaki a bunch as a character, can you really see Yuri Sakazaki as a leader of a team?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean,
I don't
kinda.
know. Maybe.
Ooh, what? Why you say that, Pancake?
I don't know. He's kind of more of just like standalone.
I think what he meant to say is that... No, I'm not going to say that. I was going to make fun about it if I say, leaders of teams do not use booty bump attacks. They need to have that match in, like, they need to, like, when CVS 3 comes, if it ever does, it needs to be Armika versus freaking Yuri Sakazaki or freaking Shermie.
Yeah.
Suplexes or who can freaking hit the most hip attacks, as they call it.
I guess.
Booty bumping queen.
Yeah.
It's funny hearing him say, "Look what I'm corrupted." Oh my lord, man.
Anyway, I've got 2 bullet points here.
Yeah, Mr.
I'm ready to
Syrin.
move into that.
You're right, Jose, but what's your response to this right here? Because he said Mai is basically the face of the women fighters team, so she's not going anywhere anytime soon. She was on the Fatal Fury team at one point.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
But, of course, I know what you're probably thinking. That was when it was 4 to a team, I think. Because I don't think Mai was on there outside of when there were 4 to a team, I don't think. I could be wrong. And, of course, the other time Mai wasn't seen in KOF was, of course, No Mai, No Buy.
Yeah, what game was she not in? I thought she was in all of them.
Nope.
Was it a Maximum Impact game?
No, it was KOF 12.
Oh my god.
No Mai, No Buy.
Dang.
I love whoever started that. That's some passion. Not just because I'm a Mai fan, but that's passion right there. No Mai, No Buy. And Shuichi also notes that she wasn't in the original port for 11 either.
Really?
Nope, not in the original. I think there was another port where she had came in later. It's almost kind of like with that game right there. It was almost like the whole. Remember, like the one Mortal Kombat that didn't have Scorpion in it? Because then they had to go back and they had put up.
No, not at all.
Oh,
Oh, was it Mortal Kombat 3?
yes, exactly. That's why that's one of the other reasons where the Ultimate one came out because of that.
Okay.
All right, what you got, Syrin?
I got. I'm gonna ask this one first before the joke one.
Uh
I'll be
oh.
right back.
Uh oh.
Oh, wait.
Uh oh. He said a joke. I think
Okay.
I'm gonna scream at this.
What SNK character that you? Oh my God, my grandma. What is an SNK character that you want to see, but you don't think would make it into KOF 15 because they are not popular enough?
That is a good one. Because I like to think a lot of my favorites are actually hella popular. To a degree, at least, whether they're like faces of the company or faces of the franchise, or whether it's somebody like Shermie who might not be my popular, but come on, people love her.
Yeah.
Somebody who might not you want to see in there, but you might not see because they're not popular, because no one knows who they are. I'm pretty sure he means, well, let me ask. Fabio in the chat asks, only KOF or other franchises?
I'm talking like
Just
SNK in general.
There you go. Just SNK characters. 'Cause I think Fabio might.
Or
have
at least
something.
fighter characters. I'm not like saying
Grab
grab all the butchers.
So I'm just gonna I'm still thinking of mine, but I'm gonna tell you what some of them have said.
Alright.
Suichi says Bob Wilson. He is in the background, but as a character, never playable in a KOF. That'd be good. I mean, come on.
Just playable. Oh wait, no, he wasn't because that was Richard.
Bob Wilson, honestly, man, he went to help out the Sakazakis. It's like, come on, man, let the guy in there. Like, come on. Like, why did both of them just have to be limited to, like, I mean, you mentioned, of course, Richard kind of had, like, one appearance there, but why they gotta always have him back there policing, well, not policing, but, like, pretty much looking all around whenever the women fighters or somebody starts a brawl in the freaking cafe? I feel so sorry for them then. It's
Cafe
like,
business is
it's like, King,
a busy business.
It's like, King, you know you wrong for that. Hey, you know, since we won, we get it on the house. And you know the women fighters team is like, because you had everybody coming. Like, people that weren't even a member of the 13 Incarnation were in there. Like, dang, it's like all of them. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was on the women fighters team too. I was on the team too. Here's my certificate right here. I was on it too. Did you win? It doesn't matter. We're getting on the house, right? They're like, you. Well, one of them pointed out, they were like, hey, you see right here, it just says for the women fighters team eats free. You didn't mention which incarnation. You didn't say the KOF 12 incarnation. There were none. There were no teams in 12, my bad. But you didn't say the KOF 95 and
Yeah.
you get what I'm about to say. It's like people who love to play a technicality just to get the free food. And then start a brawl. And then on top of that, then you sat there and lied to freaking Terry and company about that. I know it's a good business, but I do not think Richard Meyer is that rich. That's a weird sentence.
Richard Meyer is not
Yeah.
that rich.
Although he has two Pow Pow cafes.
I feel like I could get caught up pretty fast doing that.
Man, let me tell you something. He owns both cafes then, but like that's the thing. You're paying like, you know what you're paying for when it comes to accessories and all that, but somebody talks about the messes on the house and they're just passing it around like they're playing telephone. It's like the number's gonna go up then sooner or later. It'd be kind of cool if they freaking like made a more modern version of that ending where, I don't know, like Yuri Sakazaki or Mei Lee, somebody like texts and puts it like on the freaking Southtown or like that universe's equivalent of like social media, like, hey, look at this, come on down to Pow Pow Cafe too then. Richard Meyer said all the food's on the house, and it's like people just inviting themselves there.
My God.
I mean, I don't know if he's like freaking. As I know, I'm not saying he's broke or anything. It's just like, can he legit afford to cover the freaking expenses, and then on top of that, pay for everybody who decides to walk in and claim, oh wait, King sent me. Yuri Sakazaki invented me. Mai invented me. Vanessa invited me. They invited me. She invited me. She invited me.
The idea, it was all mine.
I'm so sorry, because someone else had a good answer too. Fabio said Marco from Metal Slug. The Metal Slug characters really don't get, I think, the props that you think they would have in the KOF universe. I mean, yeah, people like, people want Metal Slug characters. Like, people like the Ikaris, but they want Metal Slug. Metal Slug. Plus, I mean, come on. You can't get more badass of a name than Team Metal Slug. Team Metal Slug.
Team Metal Slug. Team Mineral Snail.
Metal Slug. You gotta like
Mineral Snail.
Mineral Snail.
Metal Slug.
Metal Slug.
Team Metal Slug.
Mineral Naked Snail.
Oh my god. That sounds
Snail.
like Team Mineral Naked. I can't even say.
Yeah.
Team Naked Mineral. There it is. That Hibiki Takane music. Hey, I might have not. I didn't do a reaction to the trailer, y'all that are watching on my side, but I did see the trailer. I am in love with the freaking soundtrack on there. I hate the fact that SNK made it a minute long, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. But back to the whole mechanical naked.
Mechanical?
Whatever
You
you.
are all jumbled
You
up
good?
today.
I don't know what like that. That sounds like one of the funky. That sounds like one of those bands that has one of the strangest names or whatever. But I was gonna make a joke saying like that.
Snail.
Raccoon in a trench coat.
I'm just saying like whatever Pancake said there. I was gonna joke that would be the name of the Xanadu team in the freaking KOF 15 after Chang and Choi abandoned him.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes, as you see, we call ourselves the Metal
Team
Naked
Metal.
Slugs because mechanics are the fruit of everyone's labor, and now we are here to prove that. Should there be a segment Should there be like a segment on the Shattering with me trying to like conjure up a Xanadu quote? I make fun of Xanadu. I feel like I make fun of Xanadu on every episode.
At least once. Maybe twice.
Somehow
Better
today
than-
we're all managing to get like 2 steps ahead of ourselves, and it's like we just mess up and we feel like it's like we're talking like we've had like 8 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Not a coffee drinker, but I get the reference. I had a latte one time. Someone gave me like a pumpkin spice latte because I was walking by a Starbucks one time and they were giving them out for free, and I'm like, this is not bad. I'm not crazy about it, but Shuichi says if not Bob, then Jin Chanrei. You know what? Now I think about it, I would pick Jin Chanrei as well. Jin Chanrei. Not saying he's bad, but I don't think Jin Chanrei is really like popular to that point because I mean everybody, including myself, was thinking that he was going to be the third member of before we knew it Team Hero. But shoutouts to, by the way, Hilux for getting that because I should have listened to that. I'm just giving him props because like it was a clue that was right there in plain sight. Have y'all ever do y'all watch like a game show games like on TV? Because there's a game. Okay, have you heard of one called
It's
Idiot
been a
Test?
while, but yeah,
Have you heard of one called Idiot Test?
I've not.
I've never heard of that. No.
You can find clips on YouTube. Basically, the whole theme of it is, like, even though it sounds like it's insulting you, but there's a reason it's called the Idiot Test. It's because the questions you get, like, they might seem simple, but, like, there'll be something in plain sight that everybody overlooks. And I mentioned that because it almost seemed like an Idiot Test moment there where we saw Benny Maru, and they talked about it in the very first, like, the first KOF trailer, not Shune's, but the one before that one. about his change in style and like the whole Chinese style top and everything. I mean, I felt like that was almost that was a clue hidden in plain sight. So shout outs to y'all for getting like that, and I didn't though. But back to I don't think Gentronre is like exactly popular, even though like I said I thought he was part of that team. But I thought of somebody, but I'm trying to make sure I get him right. I'm looking it up, make sure I don't get out of whack. Somebody over here, Parker Burrs said Krauser. I think Krauser isn't. Would you consider Krauser popular? Is Krauser popular?
I would think he's a little bit popular, but I wouldn't say he's like
Somebody.
Howard popular.
Okay.
Yeah, I second that.
Krauser.
Word.
By the way, he asked like I'm drawing a blank because he asked what character would you like to see in KOF 15, but you're pretty sure they won't make it because they are not popular.
Pop music.
I did it on purpose.
I like that more.
Everybody.
Because they're not pop music. Sounds like you're throwing like some. So I can throw a dig at Athena.
Athena's thing is magic. Oh god, I should have been doing
Yo, that right there was dope. That was really good. I'm trying to that voice. I like that.
Smoker grandma?
Yeah, the smoker voice.
I'm trying to think. There's a character that sounds like that. I forgot who it was though. But yeah, like, because at first I was thinking that was a pancake screwing around. I was like, wait a minute, Syrin? Cause I'm like, that's Syrin?
Yeah, that was me.
I'm trying to think.
Full of surprises.
Full of surprises, he says. Speaking of surprises, while I try to find this one character I'm thinking of, you mentioned a second bullet point that is. I was just looking at the chat.
Yeah, okay.
I was looking at the chat. I was like, yeah. You mentioned a humorous one, which I feel like I'm about to freaking keel over from this.
I'll say the one that I want to see. I didn't say mine yet, but in terms of characters I'd like to see who aren't super popular, get into KOF 15 would probably be Grant or Sokaku. But I really want to see Grant in a KOF game because he's a fun character.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he would be
It's
on
like
15. I wouldn't think he'd be on 15. Now I think about it, that's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, the same goes for Sokaku because he's really anyone knows who he is. But he's such a fun character because he's like got all like this like cool ninja magic stand power.
Oh, it's magic.
Do you believe in magic?
Magic. Magic. Magic.
Okay. Magic.
Music.
That's the French thing.
Music.
Okay. Anyway, the joke thing, right?
All right. I think I actually have an answer to your other question about who would character I want to see in KOF 15 that might not make it because they're not popular, at least like to the degree of I'm guessing the Terry or the obvious people. The Red Dragon from 3 Count Bout. The Red Dragon.
He'd be kind of cool.
The Red Dragon.
Let's see.
Plus, like,
Anyway.
I mean, like I said, I give SNK credit for like having characters like Shermie, but oh my god. No, Shuichi was like Ninja Monk Stand Magic Man.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Knows what I'm talking about.
But yeah, I just like the fact that I give SNK credit for like not just looking at all wrestling characters as like big freaking sweaty men and all this other stuff or whatever. Like they now acknowledge like, hey, there's people that are agile. There's ones that they're not big and bulky, but like they're kind of like more natural toned or whatnot. Plus the Red Dragon I think would bring a more agile like. Do I want to say flashy style than Kyle? I was gonna say like Ramon actually.
That our role.
I try. But Ramon, I always saw his stuff as kind of cartoony a little bit, even though like it's cool. But and on top of that, like, come on, the Red Dragon is like a mishmash of like Bruce Lee and the Great Muta. Like, come on, that is a freaking badass fusion. The Great Muta and Bruce Lee, yo. But that's mine. That's who I want to see in 15 that I don't think would make it because aside from people that play 3-count bout, they probably wouldn't know who that is. But the Red Dragon is my pick. Even though we saw we saw 2 characters in the background in Kyo's trailer. If you look,
we saw what's his name?
Terry Rogers and
Terry Rogers.
Master Barnes. Master Barnes. I always call him Mr. Barnes. Alright, what's this comical mess that you're about to get us into that I'm scared of?
So, event label is Joke Theory. Fortnite and KOF, both KOF and Fortnite have a space-time rift thing going on.
Oh my god.
I don't have a team. A team third party with Jonesy, Ryu, and Soul backup.
Well.
It's finally here.
Unfortunately,
Shattering covered Fortnite.
Which is messed up. You said wait, he said Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe it's because I watched like somebody I mistakenly was thinking Minecraft for some reason. Probably because I was thinking about Smash and they put the character in there, and there was somebody like reacting to like the trailer for the what's his name? Is it Kevin?
Minecraft Steve.
Steve. There we go. Steve. Yeah. Yeah, they were like, this character looks corny and everything. Like, what the world is? I'm like, I am not the biggest fan of Minecraft, but I know what the aesthetic of it looks like. That's why he looks like that. But you know what?
Come on, Kevin.
Since Fortnite got Ryu's and Chun-Li's in there, and hey, why not? As long as they don't pick Terry, then, because I'm pretty sure some people probably might be like not having Terry mania. He's over everything. Then there was a freaking Chinese KOF-esque game, and Terry Bogard was a guest in that, and he was in Smash, and he was in EX Layer. Terry mania, why? There's more characters in SNK than Terry mania. Why Terry?
Minecraft Kevin and his girlfriend Andrew.
Yo. Yes.
Jose in the chat says Red Dragon for 3-count bout will be a perfect choice. I take him over a pachinko character. If you can just make, like, for instance, there was a discussion in like Rizzy's stream that I was listening to because I was working on like edits and all that, polishing up the video for y'all. But at least amongst his audience, like the chunk that were there in the chat, they did not seem to be fans of Alice. And my whole thing is she's fine. It's just if you're gonna bring her back into 15, you got to make her feel fresh. Whether she gets some new moves, whether you take the clumsiness out of some of her stuff, which, I mean, I didn't mind it all that much. Like, I thought, like, her kind of being a little kind of bubbly and everything and all that, despite mimicking the man when it comes to Fatal Fury, the man, it gave her some character. It's like, it'd be kind of like, man, if you just copy and pasted all of Terry's techniques and just put them on a blonde beach girl. It's like, come on. But like, all they gotta do, if they're gonna bring her back in 15, if she is the third member of the women fighters team, then just make her feel fresh. Just make her feel fresh. But
Yeah, she could use a little bit of
are the
overhaul, but
Revamp.
not a crazy amount.
the pachinko characters aren't seen as very popular, are they? Because I see people like insult them and diss them all the time. Because I think like almost like it's nothing really against them. It's just I think all the pachinko characters kind of run together a little bit. They all kind of run together. If you can make any one of them fun, have at it. But come on, man.
God, Newgrounds still exist. There's a KOF meme.
I had to like
Oh my
find.
God.
I actually had to dig up some memes, which you guys will see in the video for Terry tomorrow. But I had to dig up some memes because I mentioned how arguably Buster Wolf is the most popular move in his arsenal because they have memed that thing into oblivion. And some of the stuff I found, like, even though, like, it's 50-50 with me when it comes to memes then, but it has more to do with the oversaturation of it nowadays. But there were some funny ones in. Because there was, like, what was it? My favorite one when it came to the Buster Wolf memes, I forgot how it went. I think it was, like... Dang it, what was it? Oh, wait a minute, hold up. Oh, I got it now. It was like Annie exists, and then it says Michael Jackson, and there's a picture of Terry there. I was like, you get it. Are you okay, Annie? From a Smooth Criminal. Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Oh, are you okay, Buster Wolf? Okay, that's funny. That's funny, at least. Like, the Buster Wolf memes are actually pretty funny. I haven't, like, laughed
Oh.
I haven't laughed at memes that
Yeah.
hard in years. By the way, Shuichi, because Shuichi in the chat says, as far as the things talking about, when I'm talking about Alice, I don't have any problem with her gameplay and personality. I just think she looks boring. That too, when I say fresh, I mean, come on, everybody else, for the most part in 15, has gotten some type of glow up or whatever. If they're gonna bring Alice back, they gotta give her something. Come on, man. Like, everybody was just drooling and sweating over freaking Shermie's redesign. It's like, come on. Like, give Alice a little something. If that's where you're going with it. Because I'm really curious about who's going to be on the women fighters team, because like I said, there's so many choices. We've seen so many people over so many years. I'm still stuck on the Fortnite mess you mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chun-Li,
was
with
like-
Chun-Li added...
Thought about it last night. Oh, what were you saying?
I said with Chun-Li added to Fortnite now as like a skin, right, as like some sort of crossover. I wonder if it could go, you know, like Jonesy goes into like KOF or not KOF, but I think that'd be weird.
I hope Jonesy isn't the last character in Street Fighter V, because I'd be very disappointed.
Yeah, there was some talk about that in Rizzy's stream too. They were talking about like
If it's
they were talking about that last character, and I'm really curious about that. Seeing it's not.
They're like keeping it very secret.
I wonder if it's really gonna be a. Oh my god, I almost said it. You know what? I don't care. But I wonder if it's gonna be a more shattering. Fucking hell. I'm saying that because is it gonna be like a? I guess what you would call like a third party like guest character, like somebody that is not Capcom, because Capcom, like Street Fighter has never had like any non-Capcom guest characters. The closest that they've gotten to guest characters was like playing with other like franchises they have. Like they have, of course, the I almost said Fatal Fury, Final Fight. Both of them have FF. But the Final Fight
Final
and
Fantasy.
freaking Cloud is coming to Street Fighter 5. He was a Smash and then he's coming to Street Fighter 5.
Sephiroth.
I was about to freaking say he's gonna be like, you know, the breakout weapon user, but I forgot Rolento and a couple other people use weapons. So, but But yeah, they talk about the final fight and the Street Fighter universes being within the same, so there's that. And they kind of sort of push past that, even though technically it kind of still stays within the universe with Akira Kazama, who had a great teaser, by the way. That teaser was boss. But
Yeah.
Sakura was in one of those rival school games, so I mean, with the secrecy, because y'all bring up a good point. This last character they have, it's been like locked down, like they're making sure it's secret and all this other stuff. I wonder, is this gonna be something like out the box? Like, are they about to, kind of do like SNK, where in Sam Show they, put some guest characters in there here? Well, never mind, I take that back. They had non-SNK guest characters in freaking Sam Show already, but you know what I mean. Are they finally gonna put in somebody from outside of Capcom into Street Fighter V? And I think the fact you mentioned how secret they're trying to keep it could very well be. Somebody alleges over here that it's Kyo.
No, Maximilian dude was saying he thinks, or he wants it to be Kyo, but I'd like to see Kyo or Terry.
Look, man, give Kyo some shine, man. Like, I know Kyo may not be as big a face as, Terry Bogard and everything, but people still love Kyo, man. Kyo's cool. Kyo is the face.
It should be like Joe, or like what else? I don't know. Why should it be Joe, or like Iori?
What are you going? Joe freaking came to Street. That what he did? Joe came to Street Fighter V to freaking meet up with Dan again because, hey, remember we won that freaking tournament some time ago? We won that tournament there. That's why they revealed them within the same week, the span of the same week. Dan and Joe.
Yeah.
Is like, come on.
It should be like Shune.
Oh my god. I gotta put this up. Whatever this mess is that Syrin just freaking sent, I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna put
chat. Yeah.
I'm gonna put that meme up there that you put. Hold up a minute. Hang on a minute, y'all. Cause I want to see what is this mess. What is this mess right here? Fabio says Rugal. That would be kind of upsetting if Rugal like wasn't in freaking KOF. And then he decides to freaking, oh, he's over here in Street Fighter V. You want the SNK freaking fandom to get really freaking triggered? Then do that right there. Look at this mess he sent me. Has been desperately trying and failing to bang Andy for like 20 years. Not even the cooler. Oh my god. Not even the cooler Bogard brother. What the? Nobody said Shune. Suichi. Unless I missed myself. If I did, I'm sorry. Jose in the chat says Kyo could always be a costume for Leon S. Kennedy from the Resident Evil games. Boy. Why? Let me get back to this.
I mean, if we do get an SNK character, we could get a Ryo costume for Dan. Be fitting.
It's really, the stuff surrounding like all of that right there was really interesting, but I will save that for another video some other time. But yeah, getting back to this, has been desperately trying and failing to bang Andy for like 20 years, not even the cooler Bogard brother. Apparently too sexy for Smash, which all that reminds me of the freaking parody I sang on my video. Apparently too sexy for Smash, which already has Bayonetta, Zero Suit Samus. Let's face it, no. It's because she stinks. No. My is very like kind of, I ain't gonna say snobbish, but kind of like noble almost, Has to use flame magical powers and paper fan weapons just to win a fight. Flame magical powers. And then, of course, 87 centimeter Buzz. Oh my god. Then you go to Shermie over here. Just fearlessly shoves her opponent's head in her. I hate you, Syrin.
Ah, yes.
God dang me. Oh man. Can't see shit, but it doesn't affect her fighting prowess. I mean, you know, I'm gonna sound very much simpish, but I don't care. I've always wondered, and no, do not show me the mess in the Reddit forum because I've already seen it. But I'm talking about legitimately, okay? I really wonder what Shermie's eyes look like. I really do. And I mentioned that Reddit post because someone posted it on Reddit though, but what they basically did, they used the 3D model of her from SNK Heroines and tried to pan the camera under the bangs, and it's like, they're hollow, of course. But I do wonder, maybe we'll find out in KOF 15 what they look like. I mean,
Oh, that's horrifying.
I told you not to look. I told you not to look, but what do I know? In this day and age, when you encourage someone not to look at something, what do?
Hey, look.
Booyah.
Oh,
92 centimeter bust. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into freaking jiggle physics and busty stuff here, but I remember that being a fact, like, constantly thrown around when the Shermie trailer came out. And it's like, oh, everybody's always about my, but Angel and freaking Shermie have her beat, and it's like, y'all know why Mai is it, because Mai was the inaugural, okay? If you... I kid you not, there is a Wikipedia article about jiggle physics, and they talk about
Wrong. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Wrong.
What?
So false, Worsty. So false.
What?
Worsty.
Hold on, what'd you say? I didn't catch that.
I said so false, Worsty.
Dang. But, oh my god, really? Her earthquaking thighs are the only weapon she needs.
What? Sorry, your mic cut out. I didn't hear that. If you did say anything, which you didn't.
You remind me of like this one announcer like in Japanese wrestling. There's a guy there that his whole gimmick is that like he's funny, but like he always like cheats to try to win his matches, whether it's like, you know, Johnny Cage nut punching people or freaking trying to tape his opponents like, you know, to the outside because you get counted out if you don't get in the ring by the count of 20. And like every time, like nowadays, when he does something that's basically cheating, the one commentator, he's always like, "Oh, my monitor went out. I didn't see what happened. My monitor." It's like, come on, man.
Sorry, my cat was unplugged.
Oh, my monitor. Her earthquaking thighs. Like, in regards to this right here, come on, like Maya's not a twig, okay? Maya's not a twiggy then. Even if Maya was a twiggy, she'd be a cute twiggy. Plays the keytar in a kick-ass band with her two twink friends. Twinks. Twink.
Dang.
Say what?
Questionable. Questionable.
What'd you say, Syrin?
What? I didn't say anything.
I'm about to say, what does twink mean?
Oh God.
I don't know you youngins.
My name in the server. Me and Syrin have a.
Oh Lord.
Me and Syrin have a.
What did you
Discord
do?
server.
What did you do?
And my nickname on the server is your Twink Overlord.
Oh my God. You know what? I hate to pull something like this, but I'm very studious. What does this mean? Yeah, I'm being a nerd right now. No. Oh.
You alright there?
Okay, I get it. I get it now. I just looked it up. Okay. Okay, I get it. This is the one time where I can say I'm old, because I did not know what that means. But I mean, I know why somebody would probably think that, you know, when you look at Yashiro, because his mess looks kind of like, you know, something out of JoJo's. So
Yeah.
all right, this last one, come on, man. She didn't just come. Well, she didn't just come back from the dead. Then verse freaking got. I know it's being funny though. It's just crazy. And I just love how freaking Shermie's just pointing like, look at me. The boys want me now. That was a bad impression of Shermie. I'm sorry.
Fine, your apology is accepted. Just don't do it again.
Oh, never. I mean, did you see how many freaking views Shermie's freaking trailer got in like 4 or 5 days or whatnot? Like she didn't instantly like.
It's like 700,000 at this point.
Wow.
Send me a link, Jose. Send me a link of that. Unless I just missed it by chance. Because on TV tropes, they mention, like, she has, like, what they called piercing eyes. Oh, God. Syrin and his memes, man. Syrin and his memes.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Man, I told you not to look for that freaking picture.
That's horrifying.
I told you.
That from the game?
Yeah, like it's the model from what you call. All right.
At least we know what our brows look like.
All right.
Like, oh my
all right,
God.
Jose. All right, Jose. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm just gonna let's see. Okay, I never did use quotation marks because you try to use that to. You're supposed to use that to specify what it is. Oh, I see what you mean, though. I ignored. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. My bad. My bad. Yeah. I'ma put image address right there so y'all can see it. Okay, I see it now. I get it. Okay, so I'm gonna be straight up. I basically ignored that picture for the longest of time because I thought you couldn't see. Cause I just like saw like she still like had her hair like combed over like her eyes, so I'm like, man, it ain't nothing. But I can actually see it now. It's a little bit, but you still see nonetheless. Okay, you got me. Thanks, Jose. Y'all see it?
I saw it.
Yeah, I got it. I see it.
It kind of looks like her eyes. Oh no, that's brown. Or it's kind of like a. I don't know what that color is. Sure.
Like a brown color, I'm pretty sure.
It looks like a light brown.
Hey, that's okay. Be like, that is all you gonna get. All you gonna get. Here's a joke question right here. Imagine for a minute that they explain the reason why Shermie does not show her eyes is because if somebody were to look into her eyes, something very terrible would happen to the person. What terrible thing happened?
You get dysentery.
What? What'd you say? Hold on, what'd you say, Cyrus?
You get dysentery.
Dysentery.
Look into her eyes. You get dysentery, yeah.
Okay. What you got?
Hey.
Pancake sauce. I almost said pancake mix again.
It's him, the mix. Everybody knows. Oh my God.
Yeah, watch.
Okay,
I'm gonna say that.
Think of,
I'm gonna say that by accident. I'm gonna say pancake mix, and he's gonna be like, "No, it's sauce." A friend of mine had like on Xbox, you could. Well, I don't know about Xbox now, but I had a 360. You could put a slogan on your little your like your account or whatever, then it's somebody. One of my best friends had a freaking slogan talking about some "You ain't got no pancake mix." I thought it was funny. All right, so, and by the way, anybody in the chat right now watching, you can play along too. Let me see. Let me see.
So
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go, Fabio. All right. Thanks. My bad. My bad, Pancake. Fabio's about to go. Thanks for stopping by. Always good to have you here. I'll catch you next time. So those of you in the chat that are still here, the question here, y'all can play in the chat too. Shermie, this sounds like freaking one of those game shows. Okay, so SNK gives a reason as to why Shermie never shows her eyes, because if you were to look into them, something very terrible would happen to you. What is it? Pancake.
All right, you instantly drop onto your knees.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You instantly drop down onto your knees, and this overwhelming, like you know that feeling like when you're being watched. It's like that, where you get that feeling where you're being watched, but it's like, imagine that's amplified like 10 times over, right? And you're on your knees, and then suddenly you burst out into dance, and then fall flat. You're dead.
Whoa! Wait a minute! You said burst out into dance.
Yeah, and then die out flat instantly. It goes over the course of like 10 seconds.
How long does the near dance of death? How long is it before you freaking collapse out?
It's like 3 seconds.
So it's 3 seconds, and you have this feeling of just what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just joy. Like, you're just like on cloud 9. Like, and then out of nowhere, 3 seconds of like immeasurable joy, incredible joy.
Yeah, like think about like super fast dancing. I got a GIF.
They called. Say what?
I got a GIF.
Got a GIF.
Oh, you got a GIF. Okay. I thought he had a phone. He was like, I'm gonna go. I thought he said, I gotta go. But what was I thinking about? So it's 3 seconds of, I'm thinking that's what they call, because I have a friend that's into all types of electronic music or whatever. I think it's called happycore, when it's like hella fast and hella bouncy.
It's like this.
Yeah, that sounds like some happycore stuff. I think it's called happycore whenever, like, you know, it's very positive, happy, bouncy, whole bunch of beats in the music and all that. I think it's called happycore. So you got 3 seconds of happycore joy, and then boop, Sombra comes up. No, I'm just playing.
Drop down. Drop down, gone.
All right, so there was a lot to unpack there, so let's unpack this. You said the first thing that happens is that you fall to your knees. And then there's, like, I guess what you would consider, I guess, you said basically the feeling of being watched. The feeling of being watched.
And that's for like 7 seconds, all right? Because the whole
Man, it
the
sounds like
victim's whole demise. Right?
Sounds like we're playing Dead by Daylight.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna
the
be a new
victim's
perk.
like whole demise is that like it lasts 10 seconds, right? And for the first 7 seconds, you're on your knees and like looking down, but you feel all these eyes on you. And obviously, like Shermie is like, you know, she's really close to you because you looked into her eyes, right? You got a good peep into those peepers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. So Shermie is super close to you, and she's watching you, but it feels like so many other people are watching you.
Right.
For those 7 seconds, you're just completely still, and then you get up, and you're just going crazy for like 3 seconds, and then you instantly seize, gone.
SNK
The sigh of
SNK hire this man. SNK hire this man. Hire this man. Hire this man. Oh god, let's see. Anybody in the chat say anything? If you know what Medusa is from Greek mythology, they say eyes are the windows of the souls where it can turn you into stone. I mean, being turned to stone is awful, I'd like to think. Especially if it's kind of like somebody makes you into like a cruddy stone statue where they just blow on it and it freaking falls over and you crush to pieces. But, okay. I don't have anything. I just thought that'd be funny. I can't do it. I thought I might have had something, but after like going through what Pancake said, I can't come up with anything.
Yeah, you can't think of anything better.
Unless you work with like the freaking NetherRealm staff, with them constantly making up the mortal the freaking fatalities. Oh man.
Let's see. You look into her eyes, and basically all your muscles turn to snakes, but you're like conscious,
Oh,
or you're in extreme pain.
Yo! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm trying to picture that as like, then the person just freaked out, like, oh my goodness, snake! They freaking like just trying to like scratch themselves, snakes! 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 Oh! Snakes! You could substitute that with anything, like freaking beetles, spiders. Sorry, John, if you're watching it, because my friend John hates spiders. Sorry, but wow.
I only said snakes because Orochi's a snake, kind of, or like his thing is like a snake.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. I still can. I don't know if I can beat any of that. I don't know if I can beat any of that.
No, you
Really.
don't want to be turned into an SMK boss. No.
You glance into Shermie's eyes and they desensitize you so badly you suplex yourself.
Oh my god.
She didn't have to waste a sweat, man. You start suplexing yourself.
It's like that. Have you ever seen that? That I think it was like from SpongeBob.
Oh
the thing
yeah.
Where, like,
Oh
the
yeah.
invisible thing beating up Patrick. It's like that.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I almost want to just leave that picture up here for the rest of the time though, but much as I love Shermie, then, you know, just keeping it sadly. But shout outs to Jose for that, because I totally, like, this is what happened. See how, this is the reason why I appreciate y'all, especially when it comes to certain other things. Because, I mean, even though I try to be as investigative as I possibly can, I can overlook stuff. And I totally overlooked that. Because I was just thinking, like, oh my goodness, she just has bangs again, man. It's just covering it again. And then after he was insisting, I'm like, because at first I thought he was, I thought Jose was tricking me into like freaking looking at the Reddit image, the person, the mess, that mess that you put in the chat. But yeah, well hidden, well hidden. Reminds me of like one of my favorite games of all time.
I just thought of a.
What's up?
Sorry, no, I thought of a stupid joke, but I don't know if I can say it.
I mean, ain't like any of us are monetized, but whatever.
Okay, does the carpet match the drapes, or the drapes match the carpet? Whatever.
Holding it back. I will go. Do they? Do they? Real question. Do they?
I should have taken this man at his warning. I really should have done that. I really should have taken this man at his warning. Let it be known.
That's what I said.
Let it be known. If Syrin warns you about something that he may say, then trust and believe he's gonna drop a freaking microphone on this mess.
Yeah, no. Usually, I save that kind of stuff for. Why did? No, I usually save the warning things if it's something like that. Usually for this, I'm like, just a fair warning.
Warning. What I might say might change everything.
I went back in the chat there. According to Jose, he's saying that Shermie's trailer has 200,000 more views than Mai's trailer.
Oh my goodness! I thought you were just about. I thought he was about to confirm if
No, this was like from,
Scratch the cricket.
this was. Oh my god. No, this was a message he sent like about a couple minutes ago. I forgot. And I try to get to all of y'all because unlike I can see why it's a struggle for certain people that have like big chats or whatever, but there's usually a single digit of y'all here, and I mean, I don't mind it then. I just like talking with y'all. It doesn't matter about the numbers. I'm glad the fact that I reached 500 subs then, because I am really passionate about editing, and, you know, fighting games and all that, but I just like talking with y'all, regardless of whether there's 5 of y'all or 2. Doesn't matter. That goes for the YouTube too, even though y'all talking about freaking carpets and drapes and freaking sinks and freaking kitchens and who freaking ate the last freaking cookie or some crap, I don't know.
It was me. I apologize.
Of course you did. Yeah, it's cool. Something else. I don't know where you were thinking I was going with that when I was talking about some 200,000. I'm like, what is that? What was that? My bad. I want to get back to it because it's something else. Suichi then earlier said, the truth about her ban from Smash was not sexiness, it was panty shots. You can have panty shots showing in a game in Japan and be rated E. You can have Mai without being nothing in that part. I mean, have y'all not seen what the garb looks like? I mean, it's kind of there. And if there's one, I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, the way Mai looks, I mean, it's like, I think it's kind of a given. It's almost like, I'm not on this whole big crusade about, yeah, I'm against censorship and blah, 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 blah. I mean, obviously I'm not, but I'm not, like, raging against, like, the edgelords do. But the one time I will agree with some gamers about it, at least the one instance that I know about, was with Armika, when they censored, you know, the butt shot with Force User Super in Street Fighter 5. I'll give them that because, I mean, they just changed the camera angle. She's still wearing like the same outfit, and like, and maybe just because I'm a wrestling fan, but it's like, I mean, albeit it's not always that revealing though. But I mean, if you look it up, like women wrestlers, some of them do actually wear stuff like that. I mean, it's very real. It's very real. Some of them are a lot more covered than some of them are actually very unique. Then, I mean, you have different types. So, but that's as much as I'll agree with them on that. Then, but it's like. I'm like, did y'all even, like, have y'all played, like, oh, like, it's the Smash, like, people, like, not you, but, like, the freaking crew is like, did y'all freaking even play KOF? Like, I mean, things kind of a one piece, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. I'm acting like I'm a fashionista. I'm not a fashionista. Shermie is. But,
He is. The pale smoker, Chris Lotus, is a fashionista.
Yeah. And the Ori,
Trust
kind of.
me, we've all envisioned him. He has the exaggerated swagger of a fighting game fan.
There's the exaggerated lungs of a fighting game fan.
What?
low voice there.
Yeah, because the smoker.
I think he actually has smoked before, and it's interestingly. I'm just telling y'all, like, I'm throwing little hints, like, y'all that are watching, I'm throwing little hints about stuff, like, other videos that I've been watching, then, like, not watching, but working on, you know what I'm saying? Scripts and stuff like that.
Boy.
But,
Ori, he smokes? Shermie smokes? I don't know who smokes. The smoker Shermie's not a pretty image.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I don't think Shermie's a smoker, then.
Clark, yes. Ralph, yes.
That chick suplex is way too hard, and I'm talking about like freaking, you know, like freaking Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Chris Benoit, like, because you know, like the one that you saw, which was basically around like the, where she grabs, like, you know, she's behind you and she grabs you around the waist and then slams you backward. That's a German suplex.
Yeah.
You know,
there's
like people in wrestling legit will do like German suplexes like that back to back. Usually it'll be 3. Albeit not as freaking intense as Shermie, but you get my point. But it's like, I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know any smoker that freaking hitting freaking German suplexes back to back like that. I could be wrong. The world's a very, very, very funny place. You never know what you'll find.
We know that Clark and Ralph have smoked.
Yeah.
Mainly
Ralph more so probably. Looking in the chat, Jose thought that Shermie was blind. Maybe, like, I mean, she might not be naturally, she just might be purposely then. I mean, hey, maybe she's kind of like Oro in Street Fighter, because you know the whole thing, if he uses both of his hands, he might accidentally kill his opponent. Maybe Shermie does it like that, because that way, hey, if she actually legit got an eye on you, one of the things that y'all recommended might happen to him then, you know, you see snakes in your skin and freaking momentary bliss and stuff. Now, I was just like, I was just referencing like stuff that y'all said. Because, like, I mean, what I said was probably okay, but it was nowhere near as crazy as that stuff y'all mentioned. That right there. Like, not saying like it was bad. Like, that was creative. That was creative. But there it is. Japan has rating as panties and panty shots, but not swimsuits. Kind of weird, but it's true. I mean, I can understand that because Keijo is a thing. And I know about that anime. I know about it. Because when I first heard somebody describe Keijo to me, I didn't believe it was a thing. But then again, I forgot. This is anime. Anything can happen.
I'll ever see Dragon Maid.
I've been told about it. I've been told.
Well, it's not really that bad, but
There's a lot of boobies, that's for sure. I don't know.
Of
It's
course,
not like. It's just like it's animated like the people who made it were just. I don't know. It's constantly trying to best the size of breasts. Like, One of the characters, her whole like thing is that she has big boobs.
Benny Maru.
Yeah,
Benny. Well, then this might sound a little fetishy or whatever. Then, but I was like, Benny Maru should consider himself lucky, like having somebody like that wants so desperately to scrap with him. Because you know you.
God, no.
I mean, you've seen her interview, haven't you? Like when you know.
No, I just thought of something really funny, and it's the same thing that I said about Shermie, but with the Benny Maru.
You did it, not me.
I know. I'm sorry.
You did it, not me. You cannot blame me for that in any way, shape, or form.
Is it?
You cannot blame
Like
me. You can't blame me.
I'm just thinking about it because his hair, like electrically, when it's all electric, it just like stands up, and that's why it looks like Polnareff. I'm like, wait a minute.
You know, part of me always wondered, like, because we see clips and like footage of him, and even like sprites in game where he has it down, and then it's like once it's time to fight, it's just it's like that's supposed to be kind of like, you know what is it, clownfish or whatever? Isn't that what like clownfish freaking do? Like, you know, like I have no idea.
Oh, lionfish? You mean lionfish?
Good, there you go, lionfish. I only know about it because somebody I think it was Hyde in Under Night in Birth, because my favorite character in Under Night in Birth is Carmine. That's the red-haired, you know, looks kind of like Freeman from Garu Mark of the Wolves, but one of his win poses is him pretty much doing the Iori laugh, albeit he sounds like a brat when doing it. But yeah, somebody called him that because it's kind of the same concept, because Carmine's hair is naturally white. But like when he gets into a fight, because he's a hemomancer, he uses blood to attack, like blood spikes, blood projectiles, all of that. So when when it's time for him to fight, then, you know, his hair goes from white to red. So somebody, I'm trying to think, it might have been Hyde, who was the Ryu of Under Night in Birth. He actually likened him to, I think it was a lionfish, basically talking about, oh, you know, you act tough, but you're not threatening, but then you try to like put on this new look or something to try to scare people, and it's like, meh, you're not that scary.
Yeah.
But that's what I always thought about. I'm like, is that what the thing with freaking Benny Maru is? Like, you freaking spike your hair up because you think it'll like scare folks off? I mean, I know there's some very weird phobias out there, so maybe somebody might be scared of tall hair, possibly, but knowing how kind of jerkish some people in the KOF universe are, I'm pretty sure some of them would probably laugh at him. Trying to be snobbish, but baby, I'm a star. I'm Benny Maru. Every chick wants me.
Yeah.
But we got 2 minutes left in this edition of the Shattering. I apologize. Like we apologize here. Like if the episode's been kind of unorthodox, but as you know, we really kind of didn't have much to talk about because we didn't get like a KOF trailer here. But of course, like any good improvising, I mean, hey, we managed. You know, so like shout outs to everybody that watched it, whether you're watching us live, whether you catch the VOD. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
But now, as we close out, it's time for that good old game then, and since we know the next trailer is coming on the 28th, I was waiting for that. Guess what character is next?
Do.
there's a song from Ace Attorney that sounds like, you know, that upbeat freaking game show music or whatever, but I think Capcom did something with like, you know, copyright and all that, so I didn't want to risk it, so I have to find something else. But I'm like, maybe I like possibly plan to like find some music from like whatever game that sounds like, you know, game show music or whatever, like something upbeat every time we do this segment. But yeah, here it is as we close out this edition of the Shattering, and I know we're going a bit over time. I know, you know, some of you might want to, if you plan tonight, whether you're gonna play games or something, going to sleep, going to bed, gonna watch Mortal Kombat the movie. I have not seen it yet, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Don't you spoil it. Whatever you gotta do, we're about to get out of here. But of course, in typical Shattering fashion, without all of us competing for like who can drum roll the craziest. Guess what?
I totally would.
Character it is!
Woo! Woo.
Pancake is freaking hella hyped tonight, so you go first. Who do you think is
Let's
gonna be the next
go!
character?
No.
All right,
It
fine.
can't be me.
All right, fine. All right, fine. Then what about Syrin?
Oh,
Syrin actually guessed one right. Syrin actually guessed one right.
He did. Let him go down.
what character? Last time I said Alice, and the time before that I said K-Dash. So I'm gonna say,
Keep keeping the history of this place.
I'm gonna say, what should I say? Freaking. I have no idea. I'm thinking this time.
That freaking week off and throwing you off.
Leona. We're gonna go Leona. I say it's gonna be Leona.
The serious, the lovely, the hidden. Not really. Not hidden like Orochi, because all of us here that are SNK nerds, we know she's part of Orochi. We know what's up. Leona Hiaidan.
Yeah.
Alright. Are you ready now, Pancake, to guess who the next character trait is going to be?
I'll go last. I'll go last.
He wants to go last of us three. Okay. So, I don't know what I guessed last time. Matter of fact, I think I said Leona, and I said, like, Leona was going to be on the Women Fighters team, but that was blatantly wrong. So, I guess, I'm looking in the chat. I think Jose is... Okay, I'm guessing he's saying Robert's next, because he went in, like, he freaking mapped it out from, like, the jump. He said, my money is on Robert, Rio, not me.
Yeah.
I love that y'all are like, I appreciate y'all still continuing. That's still funny to me. Saying my money is on Robert, Rio, not you, Chris. Talking about me, but not talking about me. K-Dash and finally Leona. Okay, so I'm guessing he's saying the next character will be Robert. Syrin said Leona. Who do I have in mind? I'm drawing a blank, to be honest. Huge blank. And it has to do with the fact that there are all these freaking teams out there. All these characters out there that are not pulled into a team yet. So crazy. I'm probably gonna pay for this, but I guess I'm gonna say not me, Chris. Because I guess the reason, like, first of all, I keep circling back to Chris.
Circling.
And it's like, the way I see it personally is, of all the, when you look at the team, when you look at the characters that are left over that haven't been teamed up yet, Shermie, Yashiro, and him, Chris, are the obvious three. Like, there's not gonna be a shakeup here. Like, there can't be. There can't be. These three are tightly knit. Tightly knit. So why not just go ahead and get that out the way? Because we all know, like, he's coming. I mean, even if you get that one obvious one out the way, because here's the thing, you don't have any mystery. You still don't have, like, you know, a guessing game with the fans going on if you don't reveal Chris. Whether they reveal him or not, we know where he's gonna go. So, like, why not get the most obvious one out the way? And then let us go back to guessing where the other batch of them is going to go, because there's still a lot of mystery there with the Mai and the King and the Yuri Sakazaki and women fighters. It's like, that's still up for grabs. They, like, this is just the way I see it, but yes, Suichi, not it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was like, wow, not SNK Chris is betting on not me, Chris. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
What do you think, Chris?
There you go.
Did you already say?
Yeah, Chris. Go ahead and complete the new faces, because hey, we all know it's coming. Because who else could possibly be on that team then? Somebody else from the Orochi heads? Please. These three are tightly knit. It's a band. Come on.
Yeah, I for one really like. Is it my turn or?
Yes, it's your turn.
I for one really love Kula, and I'm hoping it's Kula. I'm hoping.
Man, like the diamonds. Man, like the ice. Like cold chicks.
She was one of the other characters that I played in my short period of time of playing fighting.
Okay, so let me see. Look at everybody that guessed in the chat there, because I know Fabio said Rio. I'm gonna regret that because I'm pretty sure I've guessed Rio 1 or 2 times before. So Fabio says Lupe. I almost said Lupe. I was like, what freaking SNK character's name Lupe? Fabio Lupo in my chat said Rio. Shuichi hasn't guessed yet unless I missed it. And I think Jose is saying Robert's next. So Fabio said Rio. Okay, so, my bad. You said Alice. My bad. So he's saying Alice. My bad. Okay. So Fabio said Rio. Jose is, I guess, going with Robert next because he just freaking mapped out the rest of the freaking reviews. And Suichi said Alice. Alice. Hope they make her fresh if it is Alice, please. And Syrin said Leona. I went with Not Me Chris. And PancakeSauce went.
Scissauce, I like that.
Yeah, he gonna freaking change his name to that. He went with the Kula Diamond. I forgot Kula was in freaking Dead or Alive 6 for him. I forgot all about that. I just thought about it recently.
Yeah.
But
interesting pick.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that's all we got. Before we go, any quick announcements? I know, and I'm pretty sure Syrin has one because I know about this announcement.
Yeah. Alright. Everyone in Chris's chat, I recommend you guys check out my best of my channel 2020. And it's premiering tomorrow. And I would recommend setting a reminder, or not setting, you could click the button that says set reminder. And I think, yeah, it's really funny. Although I will say this as a warning, we do have some dark humor over there.
Oh my god.
And I don't have the best language over there, but
oh my god.
It's all for the comedy. Trust me.
I'm over here
when
just
it's not.
I'm over here just back here saying this because, like I said, you know it's gonna be bad when he's over here giving you a disclaimer. Syrin barely ever gives disclaimers unless he knows he's getting into some mess.
Yeah,
I'm just joking.
I'll tell you this: if you guys are all good with that kind of stuff, it's funny. It's like really funny.
Trust me, I'm there. I'm hilarious. It'll be great.
I mean, he was there at the watch party yesterday. He thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, afterwards we're gonna have a watch party with all of us reacting to it because after all, it was a year, so we kind of forgot about most of it. But wow, people voice cracked. But with the clips, we got some pretty funny reactions, and it's actually with someone new to the channel.
Yeah.
Shuichi's like, after this disclaimer, I need to watch. Well, there you go. So y'all, if you're interested in that, check him out. I don't know what the hell I said before they interested. It reminded me of like I was watching like this one guy. He was like reacting to somebody trying to do a British accent, and like something about like an English guy making fun of like an American guy doing a bad British accent was funny. Then that plus just the way he was like mocking him. Then I think like he said, like the guy was saying the word. I think he said the word unforgivable or something. He was like unforgivable, and like the guy mocked him. Was like, what the hell was that? Unforgivable. It was just weird. It's like, wow. But yeah, go do check out that 2020 best of compilation on Syrin x Richxson TV. And while y'all see Syrin over here, then if y'all don't know, which I'm pretty sure some of you do, some of you don't, there's a crew over there. There's a crew. Because I watched the intro vid, which unfortunately I got stuck in traffic, so I couldn't actually do anything, so...
Yeah.
I'm using the line that you use for that, though, but...
Yeah.
But that'll be that there, and once again, I think I've mentioned it twice here, but I'll mention it one more time for those of you who didn't catch it in the beginning. Some time ago, I told you all I was gonna go back, because I did my video about 10 fascinating facts about her, and on the road to KOF 15, I'm gonna do, get that series going, actually make it a series, because at the point, currently it's just at this point. But tune in tomorrow, keep a lookout tomorrow. Y'all voted on one of the videos I had passed there, and y'all voted for Terry, so 10 fascinating facts about Terry Bogard will be on this channel live tomorrow. It's basically done, but I want to make sure everything is polished. I want to make sure it's good, it's fun, it's funny, just the best that it possibly can be. So keep a lookout for that. You'll get hella content to look at. Then whether you go over to Syrin here, who says you can't watch both? That's why these freaking internet browsers have tabs. So with that being said,
Or a watch later feature. But yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
No, watch what?
Said or a watch later feature.
Yeah. Stuff on demand. Stuff on demand.
I actually had to dip out. But thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like brand of comedy coming over here. Never would have heard about the adverse effects of looking into Shermie's eyes then, like that right there. Oh my goodness. Simp food.
Right,
That's all
later,
I
you guys.
That's all I gotta say. Simp food.
Right.
That's all I gotta say. But that's it.
Right.
This was the Shattering. Thank you all for watching us here. And if you're watching the VOD, thank you for just joining us wherever it is, wherever you are. Glad you're enjoying it. This is Chris Lotus, joined along with
Syrin Richxson. If the other guy left.
that man loves the jet. But yeah, that was us on the Shattering. We will catch y'all next time. Take care, be safe out there, and I will see y'all next time. We will see you next time.